Hello everyone, this is Aya from Hinawi Software. Our topic for today is important because it's used among several countries actually, and it is about taxes. So as we can see here in this menu, we have covered the payroll and taxes. But where do we set up those taxes before we apply them? So here the taxes can be applied to both the timesheet payroll and to HR payroll. But before clicking on the apply taxes, before taking action on the salary sheet where taxes will change the amounts, we have to make sure from the setup, we have to know how to create a new tax setup and then go to payroll and taxes and apply that tax setup based on what we have created earlier. So finally, we will see this in the reports and the HRMS reports because it reflects and displays everything which has been set up earlier. It displays everything which has been created, which has been inserted, input in the system. First, I will go to the file menu, but keep in mind that you must be logged in from the admin account because the admin account will display the settings for you. However, if you're logged in from any normal user, it will not be displayed for you since it's very sensitive. So all I have to do is go to the file menu and then go to set up modules. From here, you will see different settings regarding the menus and regarding the modules in the system. My concern here is about the HRMS settings because taxes is within the HRMS settings. Then I will go to the general settings. From here, I will be able to select the company I want since Hinawi Software allows creating multiple companies, whether you want it to be connected with the same accounting file or to have different accounting files for each company. Both options are available. Let's go here and select one company. And then let's see the settings and the setups we have here, one of which is the tax setup. Notice here all I have to do is just double click on this, which will display for me the tax settings. We have divided it into multiple categories basically, and each one has branches. So first one is the taxes, then the exemptions, and then the taxable salary items, of course, and the taxable dependency items. All of these are actually located and available in Hinawi Software. Let's go to the first category and maximize this. We can either set this into percentage and we can view it as fixed amounts. So both of these are also available. And we can create more than one setup. So if we're interested to have more than one setup, so at the time of applying the taxes, we want to use more than one or different ones each time, this one is possible. Notice here we have a new percentage tax which can be created from here, and in the fixed amount, if we want to create a fixed amount, all we have to do is click on this. So underneath each title you can create that category you're interested in. So here this will create for us a new percentage tax, and this will create for us a new fixed amount tax. Notice here I have one created earlier named under the name here ABC. So let me go and create the same idea. All I have to do is here insert or create the name I want. For example, just sample. It's not going to be any real data for any country. It's just to show you the features and options we have. So here we will be adding the name in both English and Arabic. It's not a must to create it in Arabic, but it's important and useful in case you want to switch the system into English and Arabic. So this will display for you the name when you switch, so at the time of switching. However, if you are only curious and concerned about using the system in English, then you will not be needing here the Arabic name. So here we will be selecting the tax paid by, whether we want to set here the tax, whether it's going to be paid by employee or by company. So again, keep in mind this is about the taxes percentage. We are creating a new percentage tax, and here we are setting whether this will be paid by employee or by company. Of course, this all will depend on the policy which you're trying to imitate and create. And here, what is the maximum rate? So here we will be setting the maximum rate, of course, for this percentage tax. Notice here we will be able to select whether it's just nothing, it's just an amount, or whether it is by salary bands or ranges. So salary bands and ranges are very useful because it allows you to decide the different rows, the different percentages we have based on specific amounts from to. So you will be able to set the percent based on the amount from and amount to, which will be reflected on the salary sheet. Let's say here I will select the salary ranges. Okay, and let me just save this. Notice here it went to under the percentage category, more specifically under the new percentage tax. All I have to do is just double click on it in order to set it up. So what I did now was just creating the name, but now I need to set it up. Notice here automatically the system will display the company name, the tax percent name which I have created, and here it will show me that the salary range from to is what I cared about. Here we will be selecting the effective from date. There is an entire video about it. I recommend watching it to understand it because it's useful, especially topics like this. It's very important to understand the effective date, because if you select by mistake an old date or a very far future date, you will not have a satisfying result in the salary sheet based on what you have in mind, because it will read something in the future that has not yet come. So keep in mind that you are setting the actual date you want to have this action added on. So here I will be taking today's date, and let me say that I'm curious about today's date regarding this percentage. Here I will be adding a new row, a new salary range, or deleting the row. You can create rows as much as you want. Here you can create the different information. For example, in the gender, you have to select whether male or female. You can also select the marital status, because sometimes this is very useful regarding the tax and regarding the exemptions and all those policies. So here, let's say single, for example. You can create everything here, can be created as much as you want, like as much as rows you want. So after selecting the region, we will select the nationality and the religion. Of course, after doing so, we will be setting the from and to. So here we're saying that salaries from 0 to, for example, 500 will have a specific rate percent. And we can also add a new range from here. It will automatically take the last amount and add it in the from column. So here we are saying from 500 to, for example, 1000, the rate percent is, let me say, 15. This is, keep in mind, this is not real data, it's just to show you what the system is capable of. Again, in the salary range, it will take the 2 here, and here I can set another again and again. So here I will say, for example, 1500, and here let me just say 20. And that's it. Now all I have to do is just save this. Then data is saved successfully. And that's it. Now when I want to go back to it, notice here it will be displayed based on the effective date previously created. This is regarding the tax percentage. Now about the fixed amounts, all I have to do is just double click on this and then have the name added, and then select whether tax is paid by employee or by company. And here I can define different salary ranges, of course, and then that's it. All I have to do is click on save. Now when I go back to it and double click again, I will be able to fill all the information and the effective date and save it. So this is regarding any fixed amounts there is, any percentage there is, both of them are available. Now let's go to exemptions. So in the exemptions, we have divided it also into percentage and into fixed amounts. Let me go here and maximize the percentage. Notice here in the percentage, it will take the same names which I created in the taxes, but this time as exemptions. When I click on it, I can decide the exemptions for the first tax which I have created, which is ABC. And when I double click on sample, it will be showing me the exemption window regarding the tax percent which I have created before sample. So here all the percentages, ABC and sample, will be reading from the percentage tax which I've created already. So here you will not be creating something new in the exemptions. You will be using the ones you created at the beginning. Same thing applies to fixed amounts. So here I have created A1 as fixed amounts in the taxes, and here all I have to do is set the exemptions for A1 regarding what I have created. So this is what it means here in the exemptions. For employees, you will not be creating something from scratch. You will actually be using something which you have created. Now let's move to the third category we have, which is the taxable salary items. So in the taxable salary items, we have divided it into 4 parts. The first part is the monthly amounts, and then the benefits paid and provided. We have explained this in an entire video, the difference between benefits when they're paid and benefits when they are provided, because payment comes as amount, while providing the benefit means actually giving or providing that specific benefit itself, rather than giving it as amounts or as money. So both of them can have the taxable salary items included. Same thing applies to additions or deductions. You can see here that in the additions we have all of these underneath it, and in the deductions all of these underneath it, and also we have in the absence whether we want to select those salary items for the taxes names which I have created. So notice here the columns are reading from what? Basically they are reading from what I have created earlier. So here I will be selecting the items which I wanted to be calculated as taxable salary items. So I can select or not select any of them based on the policies. And here last but not least, we have the taxable dependency items for all of what I have created before, whether we're talking about percentage or fixed. So here, as we saw, there were percentage categories and fixed amount categories. ABC and sample were under percentage, and A1 was under fixed amounts. In the taxable dependency items, all of what I have created before will be displayed here, and all I have to do is just double click on it and select for them whether the tax dependency items, the effective date, whether for ABC, for example, which of those taxes have to be selected, which of them are not selected, and that's it. Basically, we can also copy the setup. So in case you're using more than one company, in case you're using more than one setup or the same setup for more than one company, you can copy between them and use them simply and easily. So this was how to set up the taxes, whether for percentages or fixed amounts. And here is how you apply them. All you have to do is click on apply tax, and that's it. You have to get the salary, taxable salary for, you select the date, and here you can see all the results based on those different columns, of course. And that's it regarding the taxes. And the last part of it is to view them in the HRMS reports. So in the HRMS reports, we have taxes for both HR employees and timesheet employees, whether we want it as a comprehensive tax report or a standard monthly payroll information with the taxes. And this was our video for today. I hope you like it. I hope it is very easy, simple, and straightforward. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and watch our other videos. Thank you.